What's going on, y'all? It's Donnie. Another loss. Um, but you know, sometimes when you lose, you learn a lot about your teams, and I think this was probably a really good loss for us in the season because it allowed us to understand one thing and one thing that's to me now is very clear. Tom Thibodeau has to play this second unit way more than he has. He has to have more faith in Quickly, Obi, Deg, Rose together on that court with Burks in there and Taj Gibson. This is the unit that is keeping us in games a lot. You know, whether it's not all of them together at the same time, but bits and pieces of that is always keeping us in the game. You got to. This has to be the point now that you hold players accountable for not performing. Kemba Walker is playing terrible. Fournier is playing terrible. RJ is hitting another slump where he's not really in the game. He's just not there. He's not there. He's not performing. Randall does okay, but everything is off forced shots, Gets his points here and there, but everything is forced. It doesn't flow with the first unit. That's clear to me now. So if those guys can perform, the second unit is who you should go with. Even if you don't start, you don't have to start the game, obviously, with the second unit, but you make sure the second unit gets minutes. You make sure Quickly gets minutes. You make sure Obi gets minutes. You have to do it now. I think we're like 7-5 now. I think we're like 7-5 now, and I'm gonna just put the stream on. I'm streaming also. Thank you guys for, um, watching my streams. When you guys watch these videos, man, I really appreciate that. We with the stream. We live right now. Say what up to the stream. There's a stream going. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it's really up to Tom Thibodeau now to make this decision and say, you know what, I see what the second unit is doing. That's my heartbeat, and I know he knows this. He can't. Tom Thibodeau cannot be this stubborn to me. Tom Thibodeau, Tom Thibodeau, shut up, Eric. That's why I took myself off mute because I feel like y'all might as y'all might as well hear me talk about it too, so y'all can comment. Eric talking about I muted myself in the chat. So at the end of the day, Tom Thibodeau has to realize that you gotta go with this lineup more often. You don't got to start with it, but it has to play an impact in the game. There's talented guys on that bench, and there's guys that don't even play like that in Grimes and Fournier. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, in Grimes and Fournier, sorry, in Grimes and McBride. So you got to make a decision. Play your talent, or are you gonna stick by being loyal with your starters? Because right now your starters are not performing to me. RJ Barrett has not been performing for me again. He's been great a couple of games back. Now he's going back in that slump. Fournier hasn't played well. You know what I'm saying? Kemba Walker, I don't want to see him on the court anymore. You know? And those are your starters. Randall does his thing here and there. Mitchell Robinson, it's whatever. You know, I think we can win a lot of games outright without having to chase the game if you have a mixture of Obi Quickly in there. Definitely Obi Quickly in there. And make sure the point guard is Derrick Rose, or at least a point guard. It could even be Quickly at the same time, just being the point guard. Finding Obi topping because Obi brings that energy. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's like I'm getting distracted with the stream. It's like, Tom Thibodeau is so loyal to these guys. He's too loyal to these guys. He's too loyal to these starters. He's too loyal to the starters. You cannot be this loyal to the starters. It's criminal to be loyal to the starters. Now we've seen what happens. If you actually play the guys who have been making a difference in the game, you see the result. But knowing Tom Thibodeau, who knows what he's gonna do? I don't know if Tom Thibodeau is gonna stick with this. He should, because I feel like now Tom Thibodeau, he should be getting pressure from the front office, man. Like the way he's losing games, he's just dying with the starting lineup now, and it's not good. So I hope somebody talks to Tom Thibodeau, because I feel like a different coach that has a more open mentality about who he should be playing. We're getting some wins out of the last couple of games, man. And I know we still don't have a bad record, but I care about the overall play more than I do about the record sometimes, because the play hasn't been good even when we won. So it doesn't tell me much. All I want to see is have Obi take more minutes, have Quickly take more minutes. Leave Kemba Walker home. I don't care where you leave him. Fournier can be on the bench. I don't care if we sign him to a 4-year deal. Mitchell Robinson don't really want to play. Let him be. Randall can be on the court. with the guys who are, I call them the impact guys of the second unit. But Randall has to be a distributor also, not just the ISO scorer. And then you take it from there and you see that we have a way better flowing team. Last year we had a team like that because we worked hard for each other and we were scrappy. You know, you win a lot of games like that. This year that starter unit is dead, man. Like you get no life out of that starter unit. The second unit is where all the energy is, so that's where you need to be going most of the time, Tibbs. It's not that hard. You know, he makes it, and I don't even know if Tibbs is coaching. Who knows? God knows if Tibbs is coaching. I don't know what he's doing, but this is obvious to me. Everybody's been saying it, so you gotta do it. Bless your boy Don, man. I think we got, who do we play next? I think we play LaMelo, the Rock Hornets, on Friday, man. I hope he makes these adjustments because we're gonna be in for a long day against those guards. But your boy Don. Like, comment, subscribe, these videos, man. Peace. I'm out.